Hey guys, welcome back. I am Bianca. I'm a little emotional today, but also very excited because I'm going to show you 3 Dollar Tree DIYs for your laundry room. I'm in my laundry room. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably know that. We've been working on it for probably over a week now. So with that being said, I'm going to be using the Cricut Joy here. I'm honored to say that Cricut is sponsoring today's video. This is honestly a dream come true. Never did I think I would be sponsored by any company. So thank you, Cricut. And you can see how cute and tiny this is. I'm going to show you how to use it. It's very easy and simple. I hope you enjoy these DIYs, and let's get into this video. So I'm making a washboard for the first DIY. I have 4 pieces of shims here. If you don't know what that is, here is a picture of some shims. I don't know if these are the exact ones that I bought, but they were under $5 and it came with like 40, I believe. And I'm using 2 of these for the galvanized area. These came in 2 frames from Dollar Tree, so I used the frames for something else and I kept the galvanized part. I sanded them down quite a bit off camera. Now I'm going to set them up in the shape of the washboard. All of the shims come like this. You have a more narrow part of it on one end. Instead of having the shims on top of the other ones, I'm placing them inside. It just has a better look to me. And then I'm going to measure them. I want the side to be 3 by 7.5 inches wide. I'm talking about the little rectangle area inside of there. Once I cut those shims down to 7.5 inches, I'm going to place them there, and then I'm going to show you how I add the galvanized area of this washboard. Since both galvanized pieces have holes on each of them, I'm covering that up on the ends with the shims. Now I'm going to show you how I hot glued the shims together, and then I will also add popsicle sticks or crab sticks to the back for a better hold. I turned it over and then added crab sticks to the 4 areas where I added hot glue. Now I'm going to use my antique wax on this. I got this from Walmart, and then I'm going to wipe off the excess. Then I sanded that down, and now I'm going to add the galvanized pieces. So this is a Dollar Tree frame. It has a piece of MDF board on top of that, so I'm going to remove that. I'm going to paint it with this black matte paint, and that's going to go behind the empty space of this washboard so I can put a Cricut decal on there. I also wanted to show you that I added more hot glue to the galvanized pieces. You can also add a crab stick right there where the 2 meet if you want to. Alright, now that this is dry, we can go ahead and hot glue it down. So here is a close-up of my Cricut Joy. As you can see, I already added the deluxe paper, and yes, my Cricut did write that on there. This is the smallest cutting machine out there, you guys, and that makes it easy to take it anywhere in your house or to a friend's house. Don't let the size fool you. It can make anything and uses over 50 materials. We are in the design space. I'll have all of the ones that we make today linked below if you want to make the same ones. After clicking on make it at the top right hand corner, it's going to ask if you want to use a mat, which you don't have to using smart materials. I press continue, then you pick the vinyl you're using, which I'm using smart vinyl, and then we're going to load it into the Cricut. This is the smart vinyl. It just basically means that it is the perfect size width to fit into the machine without a mat. I just cut a piece of it off. I'm going to put it in the Cricut, and then it just measures the length of it and it will start cutting. So now once it's done, you just click unload and now we can weed the material. I know you're not able to see it that well because it's white, but you'll see it in a second. Now I'm taking my weeding tool and we're going to remove the outside layer of the vinyl. And now I'm removing the small parts of the vinyl, like inside of the letters, like the O's and the R. To add this to my washboard, I'm taking the transfer tape. I'm going to put it on top of the vinyl. I'm going to take my scraper and scrape it really well on the front and back. The easiest way I've learned to remove the vinyl is this way. I'm going to carefully place it in the center and then smooth it out with the scraper. Oh my goodness, I'm really loving the washboard. Plus with the decal, it just makes a huge difference. I actually created this one on the design space, but there are over 100,000 images for you to choose from if you decide to go with something else. Alright, so for this DIY, we're going to be making a little lint bag with these two Dollar Tree items. I have this little chalkboard, and then I also have this burlap messenger bag that I found from there. I've been trying to find what to do with it, so this is perfect for this. I'm just going to remove everything. I'm not going to use the design side. I'm just going to turn it over and use this side. And we're going to place this chalkboard on top of it right here. So I'm just going to remove this back piece and that's where it's going to go. So before doing that, we're going to go ahead and use the antique wax on the frame area. Now we're going to hot glue it down so it doesn't stick to the other side or the inside of the bag. You can add something inside like a piece of cardboard. I'm going to use another design from Cricut Design Space. Remember, they're all going to be linked below. I'm going to place my white vinyl on the standard grip mat, which is that little green grid that you see right there, which I don't have to, but I'm just going to show you how easy it is to apply it on here. It's sticky, so the vinyl sticks on, and then the same thing, you just place it inside the machine once Design Space tells you to do so. And the same thing, it's just going to measure it and start cutting. So we just remove it from the mat, and now we pretty much do the same exact thing. Cut the vinyl down to size, and then we're going to weed out the areas we don't need. And removing the small little vinyl pieces. The transfer tape goes on top. We're going to smooth out the back and the front. Remove the transfer tape carefully and then apply it to our little bag. We're going to add something fun to the burlap bag. We're going to use a smart iron-on. Here's the little design, and you basically do the same thing. I just selected the material, which is the smart iron-on, and then it's going to tell you every time you do an iron-on, it has to be mirrored. Alright, and then you just load in your material. So I have two different kinds of iron-on. I have this one. This is a really dark pink and it's holographic. I could use this one, which is really cool. My girls are going to be excited to use that one. Or I can use this one that's in a different package, but it says the exact same thing, Smart Iron On. So I'm going to take one of those sheets, and since it is iron on, it has to go upside down, which is the shiny part facing down, and then it'll do the exact same thing it does with the Smart Vinyl. Just measure it and then cut. Thank you, Cricut, for sending me this EASYPRESS 2. This is how we're going to transfer on that iron on to the burlap. This thing is so pretty. I love it. There is a heat guide that you can go off of that will tell you exactly what temperature and how many seconds to use onto the fabric. I will have that linked below. So in this case, for the burlap, it is 315 degrees for 30 seconds. So we're gonna let that heat up. This next part is the same exact thing as we would do any iron on or vinyl. You're just gonna weed out the outside layer, any little small parts of the iron on. Once the EASYPRESS is heated to the temperature that you put, it will beep and the Cricut light will turn green. So what it says to do is just place it on the area for 5 seconds first, and then we will apply the Smart Iron On. Once that's heated, we will place our material on top of the burlap and then place the EASYPRESS 2 back on top of it and press the green Cricut button, and it will start counting down for us. Once the time is up, you will then turn the fabric around and place it on top once more for 15 seconds. I do realize that I should have waited to hot glue the little chalkboard on. That way I could have done this first, but I guess I didn't think about that, but you will see my mistakes and learn from them. Lastly, I just removed that top clear liner. And here you go. I love the way it came out. It is so much fun playing with the new Cricut Joy and the EASYPRESS 2. I just added some pretty flowers in there. Of course, you probably wouldn't have that in there. You can put the lint or dryer sheets in there once you're done drying your clothes. This is just a fun way to add some decor in your laundry room. I hope you enjoy this one, and let's move on to the third DIY. You're gonna take that same sign from the first DIY and remove the canvas, and we're gonna be left with the frame. I'm using this other piece of Dollar Tree cardboard piece, I guess you can say. I'm just gonna use it because this is what I have in my craft stash. You can easily use a piece of poster, foam board, or even a cereal box, whatever you have. I'm gonna trace this out to the same size as the frame, and then we're gonna cut it out. I sanded the frame down a bit, and now we're gonna use my white chalk paint to paint the little piece of cardboard that's gonna go behind that frame. I completely forgot to tell you what we were gonna do. So I'm making a lost and found sign, and underneath that we're gonna apply these Dollar Tree clothespins, and I'm gonna use my wax to stain this really well. And we're also gonna apply 2 Dollar Tree buckets, which I will show you in a second. And it's basically gonna be for lost change that comes out of the washer or dryer. And then the clothespins can hold anything from, I put a little scrunchie on there. Just a fun little thing to add to your laundry room. These are some Dollar Tree buckets that I've had for a while now. They come in a 2-pack from Dollar Tree. So we're gonna spray paint those and let them dry. And now that this back piece has dried, we're gonna glue it to the frame. I'm gonna place the clothespins and the buckets where I want them to go. Oh, I just love the way the matte black looks. It's so pretty. And then we are going to hot glue down the clothespins. I'm also gonna hammer in 2 nails for the buckets to hang off of. Sometimes I just really like using the grid mat, even though I don't have to. So once that measures, it will start cutting. And then here is the nails hammered into the sign. I just used 2 tiny ones, and now we are going to weed out the last vinyl for this last DIY. I love the way this sign came out. I think it's so cute. I created this within the design space of Cricut. Remember, everything will be linked below. And here I have the little scrunchie hanging off of that, and you know me, I had to add some greenery to this, but I think it's super cute, and I hope you enjoyed all of these DIYs. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Also, a big thank you to Cricut. Again, I am so honored to represent you guys in this video. I hope everyone has a great week. Continue to stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.